my tours are, for those of you that don't know, I give a tour of Taiwan. It's an all-inclusive tour, and what that means is you pay me a certain amount of money, and then everything's included. You don't have to pay for food or hotels or gas or anything. You just, yeah. So,
dude, your bike was throwing rocks. Like it was hitting me. Like I hear sometimes.
yeah, I do that on purpose. I don't like you very much. Oh shit, look at where we are. Look where we are! I said, look where we are! We're back out. Huh. I didn't know that. So, yeah, so it's an all-inclusive tour. It costs, the price has gone up from this year to last, but I also extended the tour by a day, so that pays for like hotel and extra things for the next day. And so I raised the price a bit, but I also extended it a bit, so it's about the same price. Yeah, the tour, I'm going to include some photos in this video. The tour is worth the money, and I can prove it because like freaking 30% of the people that did the tour last year are doing it again this year. I've got my first tour, I'm doing 2 tours this year. One is in January, February, March, April, May, June, in June, and the other one's in September. And the June tour is mostly new people, but the September tour is pretty much all repeat business, which is kind of nuts. It's like it's going to be a weird tour. It's just going to be, I'm going to already know all of them. And the feedback I get from my tour, one of the things that people say a lot is they say it's not like doing a tour. They say it's more like hanging out with friends. And I kind of took that as an insult at first. I was like, oh, because like I'm trying to have like a professional tour company, whatever. And people are like, and when people said that, it's not really like a tour. It's more like hanging out with friends. I took it as an insult, but in actuality, they meant it as high praise, because they said it's not like going on some tour company where you're in a bus or something with a bunch of strangers and you're just kind of like taking pictures in each place. They said it's much more cool because you're all hanging out and you're all joking around with one another, and it's just like, it's like you're immediately all best friends. And I really saw that with the past tours. Everyone just like, I think one of the reasons is because everyone has something in common. Everyone likes motorcycles and everyone has a similar sense of humor, because if they watch my videos, chances are they have somewhat similar personality type. Because my videos aren't for everyone, and I think it takes a certain type of person to enjoy my videos on a regular basis. So everyone who kind of shows up for the tour has something in common. Not to say that all the people that show up are similar. Like and another thing too, like my tour company, the majority of my customers are young, which is different than most other tours. Most tour companies, especially motorcycle tours, it's a bunch of like 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds who are retired and they have extra money and they feel like doing some traveling, so they go somewhere and they rent like BMWs and they putt along slowly. But with my tour, it's a bunch of like, college students, and they party pretty hard. Sometimes we ride our scooters for like 10 hours in a day, and then at night they go out drinking until 3, 4 in the morning, and then they wake up 4 hours later, and then we ride again for another 8 hours. And, I don't go partying with them. I go to bed. But I'll tell you something, I can outride them though. There are nights where we all do go to bed at the exact same time, and then the next morning when we're riding, I'm like, let's keep going, and they're like, let's rest. You fucking see that truck, man? So anyways, yeah, so the link to my tour company is in the video description. The September tour is totally sold out. It's actually beyond sold out, meaning that I had like a maximum number of spots. And we actually went over that. I had guys like, not begging, but like asking if I could allow them to come, even though the tour is full. And I said yes to one guy, and then I said no to the next guy. So yeah, I've actually already refused people for the September tour. But the June tour still has maybe 2 spots left. So yeah, and so that's your last chance for 2012 to do one of my tours. And like I said, like the fact that you got like 5 or 6 people who came last year coming back again. Actually, yeah, that's more than 30%. Oh, maybe it is. Let me think. It's about 30%. You had 5 or 6 people that did the tour last year coming back again to do it this year. That blows my mind. It makes me really happy that. And I've said it before. My tours in 2012 are going to be better than the tours in 2011, guaranteed. Because 2011 was the first time I did tours with large groups of people. I did it. 2010 was the first tour, but I only had 3 guys, and they like slept at my house. And then 2011, it was like 2 large groups, and I had to choose a different route, and I had to find hotels, and and some of the hotels sucked, and some of the roads I took sucked. So I kept fine tuning it and modifying. Like the first tour of 2012 was so-so, and then the second tour was, and even the so-so one, I got repeat business coming back from that one. So like I thought it was so-so, they thought it was great. The second tour of 2012, you know, I thought that one was good, and they thought it was fantastic. And then 2012 is going to be great in my opinion. And for their opinion, they're just going to like shit their pants and blow their minds. Not necessarily that, maybe other, you know, but they're going to do both. So yeah, 2012 Taiwan tours. We got like 2 spots left for June. That's it. If you can afford it, do it. We got 2 more. There's like 2 stops. There's 2 or 3 stops programmed into this GPS in the next like stretch of road, and I like skipped them. I'm like, no. We're just gonna go to our final destination today. But we'll see shit along the way, right? It's not like I decided to do non-stop riding all day. I just decided I don't want to do any of the touristy shit, because I've seen it all before. They haven't, but you know, fuck them. It's not all about them. I fucking count too. Just because I didn't pay to be here doesn't mean my opinion doesn't count. You selfish fucks.